Okay, this is Diesel We the People News. Alrighty. This video is going to be without prejudice and recourse. I am not waiving any rights whatsoever. This is going to be opinion only if I do interrupt. I'm not an attorney, so anything I say or do, this is not a legal advice. So if you need one, go get one. Alright, this is only for age and majorities to understand, and for the adults to understand this video. So let's go ahead and proceed forward, y'all.
Back, everybody. I'm getting into our story today, our big story of the day, and this comes also from my Instagram and Facebook page. Christian's going to put up the Instagram post right there. And I said, while America's distracted by overturning Roe, in quotation marks, remember, because if you've heard my show on the Dobbs opinion and this so-called overturning Roe, you understand why I say overturning Roe with quotation marks there. So while America's distracted by overturning Roe and the WHO control propaganda, the Supreme Court just held that people have no right to challenge executive agencies in court when they take your life, liberty, or property based on bureaucratic mistakes. Don't worry, it will be spun as a victory for conservatives, just another giant leap for bureaucratic power while no one is watching and tribalism cheers on. I have my glasses on because I have to have my glasses to read it. I actually have in front of me that Supreme Court opinion that came down yesterday. It's in a case called Patel v. Garland against Merrick Garland, the Attorney General. And what's really interesting is how the court split in this. And so I want to give you just what Neil Gorsuch, just the first few opening statements of Neil Gorsuch in his dissent. Okay, so he actually voted against this majority opinion that I just told you about, this massive bureaucratic empowerment decision by the Supreme Court. I cannot even imagine the fallout from Patel v. Garland. We thought in our constitutional world, the ones that are actually constitutionally minded, the ones who actually understand how limited government is supposed to be and how executive agencies are bureaucrats, not elected people and not authorized to make law, right? So those of you who are legal geeks out there with me, you will remember the Chevron case, okay? So those of us who are limited government, constitutional government, knew how damaging Chevron was. But this, oh my gosh, this Patel v. Garland makes that look like, I don't know, like somebody's kindergarten class. This is a massive, of elephantine proportions power grab by unelected bureaucrats. Now, Gorsuch is the only justice, in my opinion, I told this,
Sorry. Well, I guess something went wrong with this. I don't know why. Okay, so anyway, this Supreme Court ruling or opinion, how do you pronounce it, look at it, and generally I'll give you a short version, alright? This is actually giving federal government way more power. You think qualified immunity is bad? This extends qualified immunity. For the EPA, you actually have some type of, if you have the money, you can kind of go in there and argue the case and maybe win, like farmers against EPA and all that. what the Supreme Court basically is saying, you can't even sue them. Even if there's factual evidence they've done wrong. Okay? I don't remember all the judges. This was a last minute deal. Thomas is one of them. Alright? But he's always been big government. He's never been, as long as the government's involved, he's never been with the Constitution. Now, he's been on Constitution issues if government is not involved in some of the cases. Most of the cases, really. But Justice Thomas is the one that gone ahead and accept qualified immunity. Justice Thomas gone ahead and accept asset forfeiture. He's no good. And to be honest, qualified immunity is a doctrine. So even with him accepting this qualified immunity was unconstitutional, and he needed to be impeached, along with the other ones that agreed with this. Alright, now I can't remember everybody was involved with this. We have had a couple of changes out on judges, but I guess that older lady that everybody was so proud of, well, I mean, she claimed women's rights, but she still was in the back door against them. And and she went out there and upheld and spoke on women's rights and all that, and then turned around in the Supreme Court, went against them. All right, and so Thomas was one of them. Voted for the bigger government. The new one, one of the newer ones, what is her name? Starts with a B. Bryant was also one of them. And a lot of times he's for big government too. So that's 2 Republicans for big government. 3 is the new female that Trump put in. And I can't even think of her name. You guys know what she's talking about. But she plain out says she went in for the Constitution when she says everything is president. I'm a president judge. So when we have past Supreme Court justice that ruled on something and it's president, well, I'm just going to go by that. I'm not going to take my time. Basically what she's saying, I'm not even going to take my time to study it. I don't care if they're wrong. So thank you, senators in Trump's time zone. That was one bad pick, Trump. I hope the message gets out to you. Start studying these judges more often, especially if you or any of your buddies go in there and try to run against this president now. Alright? Far be it. No matter what we get, it's going to be better than what we have now. And dare I say, we need to actually have another Democrat runner-up, to actually kind of push this Biden agenda thing. Of course, it don't matter what president you pick; they're all against your Constitution anyway. None of them signs anything closely to Article 6, USC 4, Section 101. So none of these people really even qualify to be in office. No Congress, no Senate. President actually takes a different one, but he takes Article 2. But this Supreme Court, Gorsuch, and I agree with her, Gorsuch is about the only one, and I really wish you guys heard his opinion, because he really said it correctly. And I may make another video, may erase this one. I don't know what I'm going to do just yet. But let me see if I can get this one to play again. Alright, well, I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to see what happens. Bye.